on my young, there's some savages running your trap, at you up for them packages. Rob you for bricks, finesse you for pounds. Fuck all that talking, they laying you down. Gotta teach niggas about playing around. Cartel connected, you better respect it. Fuck up the paper, send you to your maker, they laying you 6 feet under the ground.
Number 5, Malik Newman. Malik Newman is a redshirt sophomore from the University of Kansas, and he is a phenomenal scorer. He can score the basketball from anywhere. Excellent shooter, shooting around 41.5% on three-pointers, and he shines when the lights are the brightest. He was pretty good in the regular season, but was absolutely phenomenal in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. If it weren't for him, then there's a good chance that Kansas could have gotten eliminated in the second round by Seton Hall, but led Kansas to a Final Four appearance where they eventually lost to the Villanova Wildcats, who won the NCAA championship. Newman dominated during the tournament, and in the Elite Eight game against Duke, he was insane. He scored pretty much every point in overtime. As the game did go into overtime, Kansas scored like 8 or 9 points, and all of them were by Malik Newman. On the season, he averaged 14.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. I think the rebounds is very promising for a player at his height at only 6'3". But then again, outside of Udoka Azubuike, Kansas doesn't have a lot of height, as Silvio De Sousa rarely played throughout the season, so he doesn't really count. And the 2.1 assist he averaged is a little concerning to me. I think that's his big weakness. He needs to get better at playmaking, as he is only 6'3", which is a little bit small for a shooting guard. So he needs to learn how to playmake a little bit, maybe be more of a combo guard role. If he can figure that out, then I have no doubt that he will be a great NBA player. Number 4, Kyrie Thomas. So, looking at Mikal Bridges from Villanova, excellent 3-and-D player, very good scorer and very good defender, but what about Kyrie Thomas? Kyrie Thomas is very similar to Mikal Bridges, yet Mikal Bridges is being viewed as a top 10 pick, and Kyrie Thomas is being viewed as a late first-rounder. Now, I'm not trying to harp on Mikal Bridges. I think he's very deserving of that lottery entitlement, but Kyrie Thomas is up there as well. He's a very good scorer, and he's a very good defender. 3-and-D. That's what you're looking for in the modern NBA. Players who can shoot and players who are good with perimeter defense, with the spacing in the NBA being much more important than it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. On the season, Kyrie Thomas averaged 15.1 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. He played point guard as well as shooting guard this year. He is only 6'3", so similar to Malik Newman, I think he needs to be a combo guard in the NBA. But Kyrie Thomas did show that he can be a combo guard this year, whereas Malik Newman rarely ever played point guard due to Devontae Graham and Marcus Garrett, mainly, obviously, Devontae Graham, but Marcus Garrett played point guard minutes for Kansas as well. Thomas averaged 41% from 3 and over 50% at around 54% from the field. So, like Malik Newman, excellent when it comes to scoring the basketball. He's very good on defense at 1.7 steals a game, and he's the perfect player for the modern NBA. Number 3, Rodion Kurucs. Rodion Kurucs, I feel like, has a very good chance of being a bust, but there's a lot of upside in him that a lot of people don't see. In Liga ACP and EuroLeague this year, he only averaged about 6 minutes a game and put up 1.4 points, 0.6 rebounds, and 0.2 assists. Now, those are awful numbers, but the thing that jumps out to you is his athleticism and his upside. This kid can absolutely can jump out of the gym, and he is an athletic freak, which, just like three-point shooting, you also want athleticism in your modern NBA, and Kurucs has shown potential as a three-point shooter as well. He's very raw, and he's not really going to be good for a couple years. Probably might stay over in Europe for a while, but he's shown potential as a three-point shooter and is really athletic. I expect him to be a very solid second-round pick or maybe late first-round pick for a team. So he's a very interesting prospect, and we shall see how he does in the NBA. I'm very curious to see if he is actually somewhat decent. Number 2, Isaac Bonga. So when you think of a tall, lean, small forward, raw prospect who has point guard playmaking abilities, a player who you think of is Giannis Antetokounmpo. When he was drafted 5 seasons ago in 2013, all of those descriptions fit him, and now he's one of the best players in the NBA. A player who plays a lot like him is Isaac Bonga. He's only 19 years old. He was born in November of 1999. He's very raw. He's not going to be NBA ready for a while. So I would imagine, like Curix, he's probably going to stay in Europe for a year or two. In his main league with the Fraport Skyliners in the BBL, he put up 6 points, 2.3 assists, and 3.06 rebounds in 33 games, 11 starts, and 21.3 minutes. So he's not getting the most minutes in the world, but considering he's 19 in the Euro League, or some sort of European league, which is better than college basketball, similar with Rodion's Curix in a way, like where those stats look not great, Bonga's stats look not great, but this is a harder league than the NCAA, and you don't find many 19-year-olds like Luka Doncic who dominate grown men. Bonga has playmaking and point guard abilities at 6'9", and he's probably going to keep growing, maybe 6'10", 6'11". If he can gain some weight, then he has a really good chance to be a phenomenal NBA player. And number 1, Omari Spellman. So when you think of this year's Villanova's national championship team, you think of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, or maybe Dante DiVincenzo, who was named the Final Four's MVP after his great championship performance. But a key piece of that was Omari Spellman. If you guys don't know, I am a huge Kansas Jayhawks, and watching that Final Four game against Villanova, there was no player on that Villanova team who frustrated me more than Omari Spellman. Spellman is fit for the modern NBA with his shooting ability. He is a redshirt freshman. I believe he is 20 years old, 6'9", 245 pounds. May grow another inch or so. So he's probably going to be a power forward, which is where I see would be best fit for him. In his redshirt freshman year, he put up about 11 points and 8 rebounds, but the shooting percentages really catch your attention. So his field goal percentage, which is about 48 for a big man, not great, but considering he shoots 4 threes a game, you can let it slide. But his three-point percentage is really what catches your eye. 43% from 3. That's better than Malik Newman and Kyrie Thomas, who we both went over, who are guards. Spellman is perfect for today's game. Excellent shooter. He knows how to play defense. 1.5 blocks a game and 0.7 steals a game, which are really, really solid. 70% from the free throw line exactly. He is fit for today's game and exactly what you want in a big man prospect in 2018. I would expect him to be a late first, early second round pick, and I view him as a potential lottery prospect in that 13, 14, 15 range. That's not where I think he's going to get picked, but that's where I think he should get picked. I think he has a very good chance of being a great player in the NBA and is perfect for what the game is about today.